Ever After, Twisted Realm is a unique objective-based board game where player takes a role as a character from one faction between Dawnguard and Eclipse. Each player is secretly assigned a team at the start of the game. The Dawnguard is a group of resistance formed from the people who could resist the temptation of the Pandora's box. They would do anything to cleanse this tainted land. The Eclipse is a group led by Morgan Le Fay. Their objective is to control the tainted land under order. At the start of the game, each player chooses the color and take the flags of that color. Then determine the starting player. The play turn will be clockwise. Shuffle all damage cards and quest cards, then put both decks in their positions on the game board. In order to set up identity cards, separate character cards into two piles, one for Dawnguard and one for Eclipse. Shuffle each pile separately, then randomly select character cards from each pile equally to match the number of players. 4 cards for 3 to 4 players, and 6 cards for 5 to 6 players. Deal 1 card secretly to each player. The player will use this card as identity card and use the faction indicated in the identity card as his or her team. 6 different trade tokens will be dealt to each player. Then each player chooses 3 trade tokens which are displayed on the identity card and keep them face down. To set up partner cards, shuffle all leftover character cards from Dawnguard and Eclipse pile together. Randomly select and reveal the character cards equal to the number of players. Then, the player on the right hand of starting player chooses one of the revealed character cards as his or her partner. Repeat this anti-clockwise. Partner cards will have 2 things to concern: Partner Skill and Unleashed Skill. Partner Skill can be used from the start of the game, while Unleashed Skill can be obtained by sacrificing victory points after completing a quest. Randomly select the artifact cards, equal to the number of players, and shuffle the rest into item deck. Then put the item deck in its position on the game board. Reveal all selected artifact cards to all players, then, the starting player picks an artifact card first, and repeat this clockwise. Artifact cards will be revealed in front of each player. Once a player gets an artifact card from anywhere, he or she must reveal it immediately. The player on the right hand of starting player chooses the starting position on the map by placing the standee of partner card on any tile. The standee will be that player marker. Repeat this anti-clockwise. The player can choose the starting position on the same tile as other players. Shuffle the objective cards and reveal one for the Dawnguard and one for the Eclipse. Put the revealed objective cards in their positions on the game board. To set up World Event Deck, shuffle all World Event cards and put 2 cards as bottom of World Event Deck. Then put 6 more cards together with a randomly selected World Boss card. Shuffle these 7 cards and put them on top of World Event Deck. Now, we have a World Event Deck, consisted of 8 World Event cards and 1 World Boss card. Each round, player plays a turn in clockwise. Each player turn is consisted of 3 phases. In item phase, player may use 1 normal item card from his or her hand. Some item cards may display other specific timing to use them. At the start of each turn, player receives 3 move points. Player can move many times until the move points are depleted. Player can spend 1 move point to move a character to a tile in his or her area. 2 move points to move a character to a tile in an unconquered area. 3 move points to move a character to a tile in other players' areas. In case of moving to another player's area, player may offer to show one of trade tokens to the area owner. If the area owner accepts the offer, the player can move to the area by spending 1 move point until the end of turn. The area owner may refuse the offer by showing one of his or her trade tokens to the player instead. Besides moving, player can spend 3 move points to remove another player's flag in the tile. This can only be done if the flag owner is not in the same area as the flag. Action phase. A player can do 2 different actions each turn. Player can spend an action to draw a quest card. But if a player has 3 or more active quest cards at a time, this action is prohibited. After player completes a quest, player may turn in a completed quest to score it. When a player turns in a completed quest card, draws one item card from the item deck, and places the completed quest card face up in its position on a player's sheet. Player may choose not to score the quest, but use it to unlock Partner's Unleashed skill, by put that quest card under the partner card. This way, player does not get victory points from the quest card. If a player uses the quest which rewards 5 victory points or more, to unleash Partner's skill, he or she may choose to add one trait token randomly to his or her traits. To conquer the area, player may choose to spend one action, to put a flag on the player's current tile, while staying in an unconquered area. The area with a player's flag is treated as that player's conquered area and will be rewarded 2 victory points at the end of the game. Player can spend one action to attack. There are 2 types of attack action: player attack and world boss attack. A player attacks another player by looking at the top card of damage deck and give it to another player. The attacked player adds that card to his or her damage pile, which can only be seen by its owner. Player attacks a world boss by looking at the top card of damage deck and place it face up in front of his or her sheets. When total damage from all players exceeds health total of the world boss, the boss is defeated and will be removed from the game board. Then the victory point reward of the world boss will be divided, round up, to all players who meet the requirement indicated on the world boss card. To another player can send item to another adjacent one action. In case a player has a quest that is too hard to complete, a player may choose to spend an action to shuffle a quest card from his or her hand to the quest deck to draw an item card. Player may spend an action to use alternative action from Partner's skill, Unleashed skill, quest action or item action. Some skills may count as attack. So, the player cannot use that skill on the same turn as another attack action. After all players finish their turns, reveal a World Event card from the top of World Event deck and place it in active World Event position on the game board. The World Event card will affect the game in the following round and will be changed to new one at the end of next round. Then the starting player plays the first turn of new round and repeat this order. In Ever After, the game will end in 2 conditions. First, a player declares completion of his or her team objective. After the 3rd World Event card is revealed, any player may declare completion of his or her team objective at the start of his or her turn. All players reveal their identity cards and check for the condition on the declared team objective. If that objective is completed, victory points indicated on the objective card will be rewarded to that team. Otherwise, the team will get minus victory points instead. Second, after 10 rounds in total, the game ends immediately. Player will be noticed by the depletion of World Event cards. When the game ends, all players reveal their identity cards and damage piles. Players resolve the identity skills starting with starting player and continue clockwise. Scoring phase. Each flagged area rewards 2 victory points to its owner. Each quest rewards different victory points as indicated on the bottom right of the card. Identity skills of many characters give victory points to players in some conditions. Dead player gets minus 15 victory points. Player is considered dead if the player has taken total damage, summed from his or her damage pile, more than the identity card's health. Or, the player has a dead token. Each player calculates their own victory points and adds them to the team points. A team with more victory points wins the game. Evaluate game situation. Craft your strategy. Thank you for watching. Good luck.